Yeah, that resin turned out so pretty over the spackling. I'm very happy with the way this treasure box lid is turning out. So today I need to finish painting around the bottom. Let me put this together for you so you get the idea. So I have enlarged the treasure chest right there, the pirate chest. It doesn't look like a chest right now, but it will. And I enlarged it so that because this is where the latch is going to go. So I thought that might be cool to have an actual latch on the treasure chest. So it's front and center. And then I just began the seahorses sometime over this last weekend. So I need to be working on that. This was, I thought, a very pretty look, but it seems to me that it's above water. And so that's interesting. I may keep it, I may not. What I'm thinking is this yellow might be some dust, some sand coming up, and maybe this is where we're going to put our stingrays, just for paintings by Randall. So let's see. And then this, I'm not sure. I think it's pretty much done on that side. So I want to show you a little bit about what I did on this one. This was just one of those boards. They're from Amsterdam. They're really smooth and very cool to work with, alcohol inks and things like that. But I also like them for resin pieces. So what I did was I just put a bunch of alcohol ink and unicorn spit and acrylic together and just started making, like, you know, cliffs. It's very simple. I think, you know, I have a couple tiny fish in there somewhere, but that's pretty much it. It's basically colors and shadows and highlights. And so if you say, okay, you don't draw or anything like that, that's okay. I don't draw either. But you can take just the ends of your brush, and we'll be doing that today, and make all these cool looking things where your mind's eye says, okay, we're underwater, this is a cliff of some sort, and there's coral. So it's just the idea that you're gonna get. It's really not that detailed. Yes, smooth operator, can you do acrylic and then just put resin on top for that pretty shine look? Absolutely. I do that all the time. Yep. And if you have any doubt about if your acrylic is dry yet, just wait, because you don't want to put resin on top of anything that's damp, even if the acrylic is dry to the touch, but maybe it was thicker, so it might be wet inside a little bit. So just wait, put it off for a week, and then make sure it's dry. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so let me get started on this. And you know, if you decide I'm gonna spray seal it, then that's fine too. If you want to resin over that, just take an alcohol wipe and just wipe it right fast. So get any of the oil that's left on there off. And then wait for it to dry, and then put your resin on, and it'll be fine. So you can change your mind, which is good. Okay, I'm just gonna put some darker blue down here. This is where the hinges are on the back of my treasure box. So I want this part really dark. But I've got to remember that I have to match the side, because I want someone to be able to turn this treasure box all the way around and keep, you know, keep that picture going in their head. So I'll add a little bit of blue, that same blue, just on the edge on the other side, just to carry it across. Lots of streaks. And then I think I want that zeateal, it's really bright, up towards the top a little bit more. I have to be careful because I have resin at the top. I don't want to get my paints on there, but the nice thing about resin is you can just wipe it off. Just don't want to. I'll just mush this back up. I will not be resining the sides. Wild Spirit Design. I have resined the sides before on other treasure boxes, but on this one I'm not going to, because I would have to resin top and bottom, you know, like break them apart and do each of the sides, and I'm just not going to do that. So I will spray seal it. Okay, so that's where we're at on the back so far. So I want some little tiny, what are they? Stingrays coming up. But thanks for the question. Hey, Mama Don, welcome. Okay, let's see. And I have a blue metallic marker. So let's try and see if the blue will give me an outline without being obnoxious. To see, I just want an outline of what I'm doing, pretty much. And even though, you know, I say I can't draw, you can always just take a piece of whatever object that you're trying to draw and draw just that piece. Okay, so for the stingrays, you know, it has the hump in the middle, and then it has the little wings, and then it has the long tail. So you can start with any of that and just think that's all you're going to draw. Don't think you're going to draw the whole thing, okay? So what I think I want to draw is the tail. I'd almost like to see it coming through underneath that bridge. I don't know if I can pull it off, but we might as well try. So I'm just going to start with the tail, as if it's coming underneath that bridge. It's going to be a long tail, like he just came up from underneath the sand. Okay, and then it's got a couple little things there, whatever that is, and then his little bump on his body. Okay, and then we'll do one wing like this, and the other the same. It doesn't really matter. Just to get the idea of a stingray or a manta ray or whatever this is called. My box is separating. So I did the outline, that I just filled it in. It's not correct, but that's okay. All right, at least I put one in there. Okay, so we'll work on it, but it's a start, okay? Everything is a start, everything is a process, everything is layers upon layers. So if you really want it to keep going, to keep progressing from cartoony to realistic, then you just keep adding more and more layers, and you can stop at any time. That's the beauty of painting. You do you any way you want. So I recommend getting these detail brushes for cheapos. They're actually nail design brushes, and they're a mess right now, but they're really, really tiny brushes. And they're perfect for treasure boxes. Amazon, you get a set. I don't get paid for boosting Amazon, but I should. Okay, a little bit more on the black. Just giving that tail a shadow. And now I highlight. Oh, you're welcome. Is it order waste? So, but it is easy and it's fun. Thank you so much, Randall. I'm so glad you're here. I didn't know if you would be allowed. You guys, Painting by Randall got banned for hate speech, but let me tell you something. It was a fluke on TikTok's part or something, because he does not do hate speech. I've known him for a while. He's a sweetie. So you guys, he'll be off being banned soon. I think it's July 2nd. But anyway, yes, layer it more. Definitely. Definitely. Everything is layers. And it doesn't have to be right then. Just put the piece aside, and then when you get back to it, keep going. That's what is most fun for me anyway. You do you. So I need liquid. It's there somewhere. I'm just going to add some more rock figure things. And what I'm doing is just dipped my fluffy little nothing brush, just a whatever, square brush, into the black and just start dabbing on it again. I just want a bigger structure, I think. And now I'm going to my Dijon, a little bit of white unicorn spit in there, maybe some blue, maybe some purple. Lots of different colors and rocks. And just start patting that on top of it as well. Who knows, it may end up to be coral, we don't know. Just back and forth, dark and light, dark and light. That's it. Pretty much just makes them on their own. Just doing that the whole time. And then when you start to see a piece that looks, oh, that's cool, it could be whatever, then that's where I take it and I start. Like, I want to see a flat piece of rock somewhere on this. So let me get, it's pretty thick. Get some more Dijon. You can also use your palette knife. Palette knives are amazing tools for non-drawers. You just take the edge of your palette knife and slide it. Makes pretty shapes. Shapes, I spit. It actually works better with acrylics, not the unicorn spit as much, because the acrylic is thicker and the spit is not. But you know, rocks are uneven, they're bumpy, they've got stuff growing in it, so they're fun to make. Just went right over that tail. Gotta turn it around. Okay, I need to see some more. Okay, this is the situation I'm having. Let me show you. The tail appears to be right up against the bridge. And I don't like that. I want the tail dropped down. So in order to be able to do that, get the idea that it's lower inside the bridge, I need some highlight water between the tail and the top of the bridge. Because see, the tail just kind of hits the top of the bridge. So I'm going to see what I can do about that. So I'm going to go for actual acrylic white. So I lost in painting, y'all. And now I just want some blue on that white that I just put down. So I'm just tapping some blue on top of it. And I'm going to mix it in with the acrylic and start getting it a little darker, and then come down the side with it a little bit more. Lots of different values, different colors of that water down here. I just went over my sand. No worries. You can always put it back in. Slowly, ever so slowly, it's layers, remember, but it will be a little stingray thingy, manta ray, whatever it's called. Just for you, Randall. Yep. Let's put a couple more at the top so it gives the idea that he's gonna go join his friends. Back to my little design brush, my nail brush. I think it actually has a thinner tip than the pin. I don't know, it seems like these stingrays, or whatever they're called, are happy little critters because they're always hanging out together. Kind of like us. Alright, so just for the idea, I keep warning you guys, this is not finished, but you get the idea of a couple more swimming around. There may be more. I need to shorten. Aw, thank you, Randall. I leave it alone. I appreciate that. Yes, you can't stop learning. Anyway, so that's a start. That's a start. It definitely needs more water and stuff, but I'm definitely going to put some coral and things to make it pretty back here as well. Let's go ahead and turn to this little mess over here, the seahorses. I want to put some more detail in that. The seahorses I find very easy to create, so it's a plus. Let me see if I can show you guys. Maybe not. Before I get back on this box. Okay, so let me get a bigger brush. If you haven't done a seahorse before, don't let it scare you. You can go as crazy cool as you want. Those are the neatest things. Have you ever looked at seahorses? Go to like Bing or Google and type in seahorses and hit images, and the colors and the styles, the hair and the fins, all of it, they're all so different. So a seahorse, if you like to experiment with colors and stuff like that and flow, a seahorse is a very cool little thing to start with, because then you can just make it basic or just keep going. Doesn't really matter. Let me just start with some black so I can show you. The thing I usually do is I start with a little head. I don't know, can you even see it? Let me move me down. Okay, I start with the head and then come down and then a long snout. So it's basically like a key. You know, you start drawing a key. That snout has a little lip on it. Cute. And then from that, you keep with that neck part and turn it into the belly. Go right under where that lip is, that key that is right there. Come all the way from the neck to under the belly, right where that key lip is. And then you're going to come all the way back to when you get to this part again, the back of the head part. And you're just going to come down and make your little circle in. And then from there, you fill in your little belly with a little back. One line. And then you can make it any which way you want. You can do hair, you can do fins, whatever. And make all the different colors. I like to make them where they're kind of like transparent looking with some iridescence or something like that. So anyway, the seahorses is easy. Just make a key and then from the back of the neck do the belly and come back to where it's right to the back of the neck again and then make your circle. It's just easy. But you do it any way you want. Whatever works for you, that's how it should be done. Good for you. Okay, back to, you can't hardly see them. There's two little guys right there. So I want to brighten them up a little bit. And this is acrylic, so I'm going to go ahead and continue using acrylic on this. Let me find some pretty colors. Or bright colors. I'm just going to highlight his belly first. That's what I usually do, is I find the places where I think the light would hit or places that I really kind of want to accentuate. And those are the things that I start with because it's something that I'm familiar with and it kind of helps begin a structure on this. So just by highlighting the belly, you can see him much better now. Kind of highlight the rest of his little nose. Let's give him a pretty cool looking fin. Just adding a little bit of black, which turns kind of greenish with this yellow as a shadow under his little belly and on his tail. Probably under the jawline as well. Just wherever I think there might be a shadow. Let's get started on him. And you're really not drawing, you're just tapping in color with the tiniest of brush. And you tap in your highlights, and then you can go back and tap in some lows, and then you go back and tap in some more highs. And you just tap, tap, tap your way to a painting. That's how I do it. Yes. Thank you, Sherry. Is it art or waste? What kind of colors do you use? Acrylic. I have. Sherry's right. She's my sis, by the way. It is unicorn spit, which is a gel stain, no polymer in it, no teeth. Then the acrylics, alcohol inks, then regular ink for the air gun, but you can just mix it in with your acrylics or anything because it's super vibrant, really saturated. So inks are a good thing, and it's not alcohol ink, it's just ink. So, but that's a cool thing to mix in too. It's just like mad science here. Anything is free game because we're going to seal it. And if we don't seal, we'll resin. So usually I seal, then resin. But it's all going to be protected under a polymer or a polyurethane finish. Thank you. You guys are... Unicorn Spit. It is a brand. It's a gel stain. So what it is it's really saturated, really concentrated. It's non-toxic. It has scented fragrance like essential oil fragrances. So it's either jasmine or lemongrass. It comes in sparkling. It also comes in metallic. It does not have polymer. So it does need to be sealed with an oil-based sealer. It can be, or, you can put that cold wax on, like if you do watercolor and you cold wax to finish, you can do that here as well. But as soon as you touch water to it, if it's not sealed, it will reactivate and you'll have to keep working with it or whatever, which is good, but it's also, you at one point you want it finished and you don't want it reactivated. So at that point, spray it with a sealer. And then if you want to brush coat a seal on it, then that's fine, but that first coat should be sprayed or else all of those colors are going to move around and you'll lose your design. So, but you come up with colors and just flows with unicorn spit that you cannot get with alcohol inks, acrylics, or anything else. Trust me, I've tried. So the unicorn spit seems expensive, but it lasts a long time, and I'm telling you, it's worth it. And when you put it on wood, it's fabulous. It gets in the grain, and it's like a wood stain. You just wet down your wood and then wipe your fairy colors all over it, and it's just absolutely fabulous. Very cool product. And there's a Facebook group of the people that make the unicorn spit, and it's a Unicorn Spit official group. Go there and look at the pieces that are there, and you'll see what I'm talking about, what they use it for. Everything. Absolutely everything. Let's go inside the box. Alright, so here's our box so far, our treasure box. And we have the treasure chest. It's going to have the latch on it. There's our resin. It's real thick. And then as you go around the side, we get to see the design continue. Still working on the back. I like the stingrays. Yay. Thanks, Randall. And the little seahorse guys. So it's getting there. We're getting there. Oh, cool. Now I just have charcoal around the edge, that gray of the unicorn spit. But I have to say, I was so thrilled when I went and resined this. I put the frisket, that liquid frisket, on the bottoms around here, this edge, and then I used the green frog tape around the edge and just poured it. And when I went to take the the tape off, it actually caught some of the frisket, and the frisket just pulled up, and I didn't have to sand any edges or anything. I was so happy. I can't even explain. So if you've never tried that on your edges, this is what I'm talking about. And you just paint it on. It looks like a really watery glue. Paint it on a couple times, let it dry, and then when you are ready to remove your tape and everything, your edges will be nice and clean. It just peels right off after you've resin. Now the resin won't adhere to it, so don't get any of that where you want the resin to stick. Thanks for the likes, Sherry. You guys are great. I appreciate everybody's everything. Just trying to get the rest of the inside of this lid done. So you know that moss that I used in this ring holder? I thought it would be really cool to have something like that moss under resin. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, where did I put it? Here it is. And that's all it is, it's just moss. But this with some shells and sand at the very bottom of this box, I think would be a really cool look, having that under resin. Just a thought. Oh, thanks, Whimsical. Hey. Yes, you do. You understand, Sherry. So Sherry's coming out in August, y'all. I'm so excited. And I told her, oh, we have to do the live together. She's like, I will be in the pool. I was like, no, girlfriend. You have to at least be in the studio with me. I can't wait. It's going to be so fun. We're just going to shop and beach and paint and eat. Whatever. And our Pixie from Kansas, our granddaughter from Kansas, is coming, and she should be here on Saturday. It's going to be a lively place. And she gets here. This is going to be fun. All right. So it's got a basic black base coat. And this is the lid. So this is where I really want my design, because that's what people are going to see when they open the box. They're going to see the lid. And like Sherry was saying, a lot of people put things in the boxes. So if you spend a lot of time on the bottom of the box in the design, that may not, you know, even be seen much. But I still do that. I can't help myself on this fairy box. Wherever it went. Like, still not done. I will be resining this one on the top, but I put a lot of design on the inside, and then I went for it on the bottom, and I put design on her as well. So, and it does glow. Her wings, I need to color them up a little bit more, because when you look at it, you really can't see until I glow. So I don't like that. I have to fix that. This one, I like all the lights that glow when you, I don't know if you can see it, but anyway. But I do want to put a thin coat of resin on her as well. I love fairies too, Whimsical. Thank you. Never gonna happen. I'm excited to do art together instead of 1,000 miles apart. Me too, Sherry. Me too. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so since I just did the top of the treasure box in black, let's go ahead. I'll just put black in here later and start doing whatever it is I'm gonna do on the bottom. But let's go ahead and make something happen at the top. I'm gonna add some white, some blue, and just go back and forth, just like that. You know, I really kind of like that idea actually right there, kind of a vignette look. Might do something like that. so far. I'll take that same color with a little bit more white and just put a moon. Huge moon, apparently. You get the idea of a moon anyway. It's huge. Told you it was big. I'll take it back down with some black. Or maybe I'll just go over it with some black. Yeah, I'll do that. And take some more white and some more blue and go over those same clouds that I just crossed over the moon with in black. Just gonna dip my brush in the damp. Add some white and some blue. And just tap along right on top of those clouds. I'm going to run that down to the water's edge, to that horizon. I got to turn it around. Put some more black on. Some white. Brought my horizon down, my horizon line down a little bit more, and I like it better just by adding white on the very edge of my brush, my flat square brush. That is my hero brush. It does everything for me. Flat square brush. Does those lines just like that. Just the edge. Okay, so when I look at this, I see some sort of land mass right there. Maybe even this big one right here, it could be. So we'll see. And what I like to do when I see those things is just go with it. And by doing that, I just grab a different brush, something a little smaller. Pick a color, anything to set it apart. I think I'm going to use some of the Dijon, even though it may turn green. And just see what happens. I'm just tapping along wherever I thought I saw land with my Dijon. Don't like that brush. If you're not getting what you want, try a different brush. Seriously. I can't recommend these square ones enough. And even when they get all foofy at the end and all worn out, they're perfect for different things. Okay, so far I just have a little gold landmass. I'm going to add a little bit of that Dijon to the moon. And just brighten it up a little. Same brush, just pushing it in. A little white and Dijon. Something like that. Oh, thank you so much. Keep trying to see the 7 messages I've missed. I'm glad you guys are visiting. Thank you, Sherry. We're talking to everybody. This over here, that looks like it should be a lighthouse or something. Wouldn't that be pretty? Let's do it. Taking my black and my Dijon and my white, just mixing it all together, making it muddy. Add a little blue. Doesn't really matter. I just want something back here. Just move my water line. I may have to move it back. Add in some darker colors over here. Just give the idea of more ground. 4 tries of it. Aw, Mama Dawn. I understand. We've all thrown something away a few times, I'm sure. I always tell Sherry to drag it out of the trash. And she tells me the same. We don't let each other get away with it. You do you. I don't know if I want a lighthouse or just a landmass of sorts. Okay, I've got a horizon line that is crooked, so whenever I have that, you can either bring your horizon line, see this is heading down, I don't want that, so this horizon line, the one that meets the darkness, either I have to build it up here or take it down here. I think I want to take it down. So I'm going to put some black on my brush and just go over where the sky is. Okay, so it's more even. And I'm going to take a fine line brush and just dip it in some acrylic black and go along the bottom of this landmass. And then just start poking on it, letting some of the black come up in various places, so you kind of like get the idea of a rock formations, something like that. And then I'm going to take the white and go over that where the splashes may be coming onto these rocks. Something like that. Looks like a breaker. Thin it out a little bit. I'm just running that same wet brush across, thinning it out a little bit. It was a little too thick there. When you're working with acrylics, use the water in your acrylic to make it nice and thin. Keep your brush damp. It works much better when you're working with water. It just works for me anyway. It gives you those little skips and lines that you want in your water just by dragging it across. And something like that. And I believe this is where we're going to quit today. Let's see what this looks like together. You guys have been a beautiful group today. I really appreciate all your love and support. Your shares, your gifts, your likes, all of it. So there it is. This is our treasure box so far. And Thursday we start a brand new one, the geode box. The geode treasure box. So I guess I better be working on this. Definitely have a lot more to do on it. I may still be stuck on this one, I don't know. But thanks so much, you guys, for hanging out with me and painting these treasure boxes together. And yay, I did it. I got some stingrays on there. I'll work on those a little bit. But I appreciate every one of you guys. I'm just reading the comments. Thank you so much, Whimsical. I appreciate it. This and that, beautiful. Thank you. Randall, you're the best. I applaud you, buddy. And thank you all for watching. And hopefully you'll be back on Thursday and I'll be able to show you a finished product and we'll start our geode boxes. So get some crystals and get a little treasure box, unfinished wood, get some spackling or some epoxy sculpt. This, you don't even have to resin over this. You can put this on the side of your treasure boxes and just let it harden up and it is not coming off. You can drill it, sand it, paint it, whatever you want to do with it. It's actually an epoxy product. So it comes in two parts and you mix it together. And so it's sturdy. You can even put it outside when you're done. So this stuff for the outside of the treasure box, I think, is what I'm going to be doing on one of them. And the other, I will be using the spackling. So I'll do two. This spackling for the top, which I will resin. Okay? So if you don't have these products and you want to start doing the geode, go get them, because you can get this anywhere, Walmart, Dollar General, anything like that. You don't have to do the epoxy sculpt one. I just thought I'd give it a try because I have something in my head I'd like to work out. But anyway, go get some of this, get some crystals, some glass, break it down with a hammer in a bag if you have to, whatever, for all of the little shinies. And I'll see you Thursday to do geodes. All right, love and light to you all. Thank you, Sherry, so much. Bye.